I'm not saying the N64 is a bad console. I'm not. I am not. In fact, the reason I'm not is because I already kinda said it before. I'm only talking about the games today, and I'm not even talking about the universally despised ones. I'm talking about the great ones, the classics, the N64 games everyone loves. Ooh, well how about I hate them? How about that? How about the games you love, I don't? And maybe that's okay. Anyway, these are the top 5 terrible N64 games that everyone loves. And here come the dislikes. Look, I know Mario Kart is maybe the most beloved series in all of gaming. We all know it, we all love it. Unfortunately, Mario Kart 64 just really doesn't do it for me. It doesn't have the classic retro charm of the very first Mario Kart. It's on the 64, which means it's got the ugliest 3D graphics. I mean, just look at Peach. And it's one of those games that's a singular piece in a large franchise, like Smash Bros. Or Legend of Zelda, or GTA. When you've got multiple games in a series, and that series has survived for decades, it's pretty safe to assume the later titles are going to be the most polished and content-packed compared to the earlier ones. As far as Mario Kart 64, there's almost no reason to play this game by yourself unless it's for nostalgia or to unlock extra mode, which is just mirror mode. But there's really no other rewards or unlocks worth a damn. You can get an alternate title screen, I guess, but no characters, no courses. What I'm trying to say is, this game doesn't offer the replayability of the later Mario Kart games. Yeah, for the time it was fun, everything was. We didn't know any better. You could have played an N64 game of just poop, it would have been a classic. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the best party games on the console. If you've got 3 or 4 people, it's a good time. But is it really as good of a time as any other Mario Kart game? Not so much. Pair all of this with the fact that the game is just kinda dull. There's barely any item boxes here, and maybe it's just because I haven't had enough practice, but these controls are insane. Drifting might as well be an entire game in itself. How long can you do it? I swear the sensitivity of the drift is completely random. Sometimes it's alright, sometimes I'm moving way too far to the side. I honestly can't believe how much better Super Circuit is on the Game Boy, and that was only a few years later, and on the GBA. But anyway, let's get to the next one. Ugh, Pokemon Snap. You know Pokemon, we all do. You gotta catch them all. You gotta train your Pokemon, battle, beat the gyms, and eventually the Elite Four. Well, this game has none of that. Now, I understand the idea of Pokemon Snap. I get the concept. It's not supposed to be like the typical adventure games where you're a young trainer. It's not an RPG. What it is, instead, is a boring, slow, and above all else, pointless piece of crap. Is it immersive? Yes, kinda. In fact, I can see how back in 1999 this would have been neat. You're telling me I can explore the Pokemon world in first person? It's like a nature walk in the Pokemon world. So yes, I can see how you'd have some fun with that. For 10 minutes, this is an official Nintendo game. There's a Switch version for $80. Are you telling me the N64 version was the same price as other Nintendo games like Mario 64 and Legend of Zelda and Pokemon Stadium? I mean, I just feel bad for any poor kid who got this as a gift. Imagine a little boy asking his Meemaw and Pop for a Pokemon game for Christmas. He opens it up Christmas Day and oh my goodness, for once they actually listened. So he puts the cartridge in, ready to play an exciting game of battling and training, only to discover this. Yeah, enough said. As a kid, I liked the game for a bit, but it quickly became boring. As an adult, it's just not fun at all. For a game that's considered to be the holy grail of wrestling games, No Mercy definitely seems to be merciless in crap. How anyone can think this is the best wrestling game of all time is beyond me. And for those saying, well, for the time it was a masterpiece, is it that time still? I'm sorry, is it the 90s still? You're not allowed to say it's the best game because for the time it was the best. That's not how it works, that's never how it has worked. You know what was a great game for its time? Call of Duty. Yeah, the original. But guess what? Modern Warfare 2 came out, Black Ops 2 came out, and suddenly Call of Duty 1 wasn't the best. Funny how that works. And I know what you're thinking. Adoy. So does that mean the most modern edition of a game series makes it the best one? Nope. Not even close. Smash Melee is still regarded as the best game, and I can agree with that. Burnout Revenge is miles ahead of any later Burnout games. And no, that's not nostalgia, that's good game design. So when people say WWF No Mercy is still, to this day, the best wrestling game, or when they say it's the best because for the time it was revolutionary, man, just shut up. WWE games today have great graphics, very good showcase modes, a huge roster, and smooth and consistent gameplay. As far as I'm concerned, if you've bought a wrestling game at any point in the last 5 years, you're probably good until like 2030. Not much will change until then. And to those people who think No Mercy with the abysmal graphics, laggy and unresponsive gameplay, and moves that seem impossible to pull off is the best of them all, keep playing it then. Go ahead, load up the 64 and play. Oh, you like it because of the modding. Because for the last 30 years, people have made it playable. Ah, I see now. Well, let's move on to the last two games. You guys know video games means you don't have to play the board games, right? I'm just messing around. Board game video games are fine. Sometimes. Except for Mario Party. Every Mario Party game is straight ass. Every single one. It is completely luck-based. Almost every time I play it, I win every minigame because I'm too good, and then get screwed by the dice. But above all else, it's just not fun. I hate Mario Party. Now this specific one, Mario Party 2, it's just as awful as the rest. They're all interchangeable. Yeah, I love playing games in 5-minute increments and waiting for everyone else to do their thing before I do mine. Yeah, that's great. Ugh, it's insulting. Mario Party is an insult to video games. And this would be in the #1 spot. I mean, this should be in the #1 spot, but I think you all know what's coming next. GoldenEye, my nemesis. What can I say about this game, or more specifically, what can I say about this game that I haven't already said before? I've made many videos on this very thing. Well, how about I play the game and literally go step by step, from title screen to death screen, everything wrong with this abysmal disgrace of a game. GoldenEye 007. Absolutely the worst game on the N64. Okay, maybe not the worst game, but it is up there. It is 100% up there. So this is everything wrong with the game. We're gonna go title screen to death screen. So we can select a file. First of all, the UI is terrible. Like, you gotta move this thing around. We got 4 different documents. Who knows which one is #1? I guess this one, right? This would be the first file. And then there's 3 difficulties, but, you know, even on #1, you're gonna have a tough time. I'm gonna go with #3. Okay, so we gotta neutralize all the alarms, install covert modem, intercept data backup, bungee jump from the platform. So you're telling me I gotta memorize this stuff. I gotta memorize steps A to D. Really? Okay, and then it's got this background, which nobody's gonna read this. Absolutely no one's reading this crap. And I don't know who Moneypenny is, because I didn't watch any of these movies, but it's a stupid name. The controls are absolutely maybe the worst part about this game. It's definitely one of the worst parts. Basically left and right. You know, you turn left and right, except forward and backward. Move forward and backward. Not how first-person shooters should be controlled. And also down is up and up is down. You know? I mean, what if I just fall in right there? Oh my, oh, it's already so confusing. Oh my goodness. Now this is being emulated, if you couldn't tell already, and that's why the graphics actually look kind of decent, as opposed to what they usually look. Look at this! Where's the auto-aim? I'm aiming right to the side of him! Everybody's saying this game auto-aims. It does, but it's wonky. Somebody please tell me how to switch weapons. Okay, I can't switch weapons. All of this is horrible. Can I jump? Is there a jump button? Oh! The main button is to switch weapons. Instead of jumping, they dedicated the main button, the A button, to switching weapons. Okay. Well, I guess really, you know, to be fair to them, what would you need to jump over? I guess this. It'd be nice to, like, kind of jump over that. It's so hard getting used to these controls. And, like, the thing about it, too, is, like, you can't change it to normal controls. Where's the aim button? Oh, yeah. And then they make you aim, and, of course, up is down, and down is up. Yep, of course. Hey, can I shoot? I couldn't even tell there was a person. The graphics are so bad. This part is the worst part of level 1, is you go in here and there's so much crap to do. If you don't know, if you haven't played it already or like never watched any walkthroughs, you're never gonna know what to do. I tell you, it'd be really easy if I could just jump over this barricade here, but I can't. Yeah, and then there's guys in there. Like, that's so cheap. Look at this. What am I supposed to do? It's not even getting them. Yeah, I guess I gotta aim. And the aiming is so sensitive, too. Like, I'm barely moving it. And it's going all the way down and up. Oh, look, and then I'm already dead. You know, I'm not even doing this on an N64. I'm playing this with a modern controller. I got a PS5 controller right now. Yeah, look at this. Failed, 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 failed. Which, by the way, I didn't even remember how to do any of this. Because I'm not going to memorize all these steps. I can just tell you on screen what needs to be done. But no, you gotta memorize it from the beginning. You know, I'm not an actual 00 agent, right? I might need some help. Yeah, and then of course there's no checkpoints, so you gotta start from the beginning. Oh my goodness, already this is a bad run. Everything's missing. What is it? What? I have no weapon now? Oh, I can karate chop them. Yeah, that's useful. What is that gonna do against a gun? Apparently a lot. Oh my, like I can't even see them! They blend in with the walls! Are you kidding me? Why is he somersaulting? What's bro doing? Bro thinks he's in gymnastics. Honestly, even just playing this with better controls probably turns this game from a 0 out of 10 to like a 5 out of 10. Like, that alone ruins it so bad. Oh yeah, and I'm dead again. That's great. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna update my controls because I'm playing it authentically. I'm trying to get the authentic, horrible, terrible experience that this game is. You're not allowed to say it's a good game if you're playing on emulators with like a mouse and keyboard and you got like updated graphics and like smoother gameplay. You're not allowed to do that. That's not... No, you can't. That's cheating. I'm gonna kind of sneak back here. Sneaking around the back. If I shoot these, I'm pretty sure it's gonna explode. Oh, somebody else shot it. I didn't do that. This is my 4th attempt. And have I had fun once? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I have not. I don't know. Do I need to watch like the movies and stuff? Is it like, will I understand this better? Will I be better at the game if I watch the movies? Because that's what I did with Star Wars. I played Lego Star Wars, and I remember there was this level where we needed, because in the movie you gotta find Princess Leia in like the prison that the Empire has her in. And so in the Lego game, you know, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where Leia was. So I watched the movie, and then in the movie they found her in prison. And then I realized that I need to go into one of the rooms to find her. The music is good. I'll give them that. It is good music. It's kind of annoying because it's kind of a short loop. Why does that have so much health? Why did you have to shoot that so many times? Oh my, like... I'm done. I'm done. Yep, good night. No thank you. You cannot play this game with the original controls! Yeah, you put me on mouse and keyboard? Or you fix the left and right and the look and the move? I'm done in this level in 2 minutes. I'm done.